Well, Christmas has come and gone, and I was actually surprised by how busy it was. And it was weird because it was like really busy and then dead, and then really busy and then dead. And surprisingly, I shouldn't be surprised. So much alcohol. I sold so much alcohol. I don't think I've ever worked a day, even like a Friday night, where we sold this much alcohol, especially in the morning. Like this morning at 6 a.m., as soon as we're allowed to sell, I got people coming in and coming in. I usually only have like one, maybe two people that wait for the 6 a.m. and then come in, but there were so many, including people that I've never seen before. So they must be visiting for family or something. Yesterday morning on Christmas Eve, a guy came in around 6-ish, around 6:30 actually, and he went to use the bathroom. He was in there for like 20 minutes. My manager was here by the time he got out and started browsing very slowly around the store. And I've seen this man before, but when I saw him this morning, I could instantly tell he is fucked up on something, some kind of substance. I have no idea what, but it wasn't alcohol. It was something that makes you really dopey. So, like, my guess is potentially heroin or fentanyl or, like, even maybe whippets. Because I've literally heard this same man in the store with his friends on a completely different night bragging with his friends about how he does whippets when he's on parole because they don't show up on a drug screening. And so I was like, this guy is so fucking trashy. Whoa, I try not to judge people for using drugs because I get it. It's a coping mechanism, right? And there's addiction involved. But when you're bragging about fucking yourself up in such a way, it makes me feel gross. I was like, why are you bragging? I, and I'll be honest with you. I had a problem with whippets. Like, 10 plus years ago. I haven't done any in well over 10 years. It's just like, it's so trashy. And I know the headspace that I was in when I was doing that shit, and it wasn't good. It's not something I'm proud of, and it's not something that I would ever do again because it's just so terrible for you. It fucks up your brain, like, for real. Even though the high itself only lasts about 30 seconds, you're still fucked up for hours after, depending on how much you've done, you know? And the way he was walking and talking, I get the feeling that might have been it. But anyway, so this man, super fucked up, in the store, he gets himself some coffee, and my manager is trying to do the safe, but she doesn't feel comfortable opening the safe because she also noticed that this guy is really fucked up. And I didn't have any feeling that he was gonna like try to jump us or try to take the money out of her hand or anything when she took it out, but she didn't know him, and she sees someone who's fucked up and she's like, protect herself, and opening the safe is a big deal, right? We don't do that when there's like any kind of inclination that something might happen, because that's potentially thousands of dollars. But honestly, I knew if he tried to jump us, he was so messed up that both of us, even alone, could have probably knocked him down. But so she was like wary. Both of us were watching him really, really like warily, and then she finally like gets the money real quick and goes back to her office and locks the door. At this point, I'm like thinking, I'm looking out at his car in the parking lot to see if there's another person in there or if he's driving. I see no other person in the car. He's blasting Christmas music, which is the least of my concerns at the moment. Like, yeah, it was annoying, but least of the concern of this man and his car. So gets his coffee, and I turn real quick to go and ask her, like, if she got a license plate or anything like that, or if she could maybe like make a stealth call to report a DUI, because I don't think this man should be driving. And as the second I turn my back, he's out the door with the coffee. And I'm like, dude, just stole the coffee? Like, of all the things, I give people coffee for free all the time. You just honestly have to ask or look like you're in need. If I think you can't pay for it, I will probably just give it to you. So he went out there and he's about to drive. He starts to drive off. He almost hits the garbage can on his way out. And then he sees me watching him and he backs up. And he goes, hey, I'll be back in a few days to give you the money for the coffee. And then I'm just like, I don't even care about the coffee, least of my concerns. And so as he starts driving off, again, almost hitting the fucking pole in the gas station, I covertly whip out my phone and take a picture of the license plate. Then I get a call, 911. I have seriously lost count of how many times I have had to deal with the police in any way, shape, or form since I started working here. It is ridiculous. But anyway, I called 911 to report a DUI because this man absolutely, I was shocked to see him get behind the driver's seat of that car he could barely stand. Dude could barely stand up, and he is driving. He didn't even like take any alcohol. It was just the coffee. And like when I called 911, I'm like, so this guy in the store, he is super messed up on drugs and can barely stand. And he just got in the vehicle and drove away. And he's like, he stole the coffee and went to the vehicle. And she's like, do you want to press charges for the coffee? I'm like, no, I literally don't care about the coffee. It's the fact that he's driving under the influence on like so fucked up. I have no idea if he caught him or what happened after that. I don't know. But like, dude. Merry fucking Christmas, I guess. Today was way more chill. I actually surprisingly, I got a few people in the morning, but way fewer because my morning crowd is usually on their way to work and they all have today off. So I hardly saw any of them. I saw the one guy that I recognize who's a regular, and he just always comes in to get his cigarettes. But yeah, what a weird holiday. What a weird holiday. Anyway, I hope you all had a lovely Christmas if you celebrate. If you don't, I hope you had a really peaceful day. And, you know, everything's closed, so you might as well just stay home and I don't know, enjoy the peacefulness of it, especially if you get the day off. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.